Greetings, 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 Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your Goddess Guru, your sister friend. And y'all know I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess-centered lifestyle. And there's nothing like living according to the moon. And so today we're going to talk about this upcoming full moon in Aquarius. Join me, Queen. Hey, Queens, how are y'all doing? Okay, y'all know I always have to take the music down. It warbles my voice. This music uses a little bit more data or whatever you want to call it, Wi-Fi than hey Shannon, than I realized initially. So I forgot to put on my little lip gloss. So putting that on. How is everybody doing? Hello, Shannon. Hello, Keita May. Peace. I think it's Negus. Greetings, greetings, greetings. So yeah, I want to talk to you all today about the full moon. I feel like I have not done a good job of figuring out which day I was going to do this live stream. So hashtag replay sisters hello. I figure there's going to be quite a few of you all. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the full moon, what it means in general. We're going to talk about what it means through the signs. And then we're going to talk about, I'm going to pull a couple of cards at the very least for us all. What I want to do is just go on ahead and have just a little bit of ceremony. So I'm going to light a candle on behalf of the community. If you have a candle and feel so moved to light one at home, please do so. And then I'm asking you, whether you're here live or watching in the replay, hello, CV, hello, beautiful, powerful love. If you would just drop into the chat, what are you bringing into the circle this evening? You can talk about how you feel. You can talk about a quality. Maybe you are feeling stressed or something like that. Whatever the truth is for you, we're not all light and love on this channel. We are light and we embrace the dark. Just drop what you're bringing. I'm Tyra and I am bringing, I'm not going to lie, I'm bringing exhaustion. But I'm also bringing a lot of just joy for being here. I never regret going live with you all. Hey, Shamika. Okay. So, yes, let me see what you all are bringing in. So that's something that you can do when you are doing your full moon. I believe in having candles. I believe in having fire of some sort for the full moon. So just make sure as we get closer to that day, which you could even probably count tomorrow. Let me see here. This is, let's see here. Today is the 29th. The moon goes into Aquarius on the 31st. Okay. Gratitude, accountability, rejuvenation, appreciation, stability, and peace. Beautiful, beautiful queens. Okay. And Shamika, okay, I like this. Bringing in desire. I love, love, love that. Love, love, love that. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is just go on ahead and start with let's just go on ahead and start with what does this moon mean? It's pretty interesting. Um, it's not the worst moon, it's not the best moon. Okay, so write it down in your calendar, goddesses. August the 1st, 2023. This moon will be at 2:32 p.m. Eastern time. So I just want to encourage you the day before the full moon to do some banishing work. Even now, we're at a point where it's important to be just kind of figuring out what are you going to offload before the next lunar cycle comes. So you want to make sure that you are hold on one second, y'all. I can't right now, I don't have the bandwidth to do more than one thing at a time. So let me just get my screen looking like it makes sense for my brain. Okay, so right now it's a lull. We're at a time where we are getting more rest if possible. Y'all know I feel like I sound like a broken record, but I think we need the reminder that just the energy of this time anyway is just asking us to slow down and relax a little bit and just be more a little bit slower, which means that we might have to be, methodical and deliberate. But we're just at a point in the moon phase where, um, yeah, it's just very low energy, just almost no energy whatsoever. But I'm going to ask you to drop into the chat if you can think of one thing that you can release and let go of before we go into the next um, lunar phase. Or if you don't want to say it out loud, just type in something like got it or something like that. But if you don't mind sharing, please share. What is something that you're like, this cannot go with me into the next 30-day period? This cannot, we can't have it. Can't have it. I need to release it and let it go. Even I'm like asking myself, what is it that I am willing to give up before I go into the next lunar phase? Okay, I love this. Doubt, doubt. And so, that's something that I would be working on it. So if I was feeling doubtful, then I would ask myself, well, how do I go about releasing this doubt before I go into this next lunar phase? And part of releasing doubt is maybe embracing confidence in something, just saying, when I go into this next lunar phase, and you do have to kind of have a plan. It's like, well, if doubt comes knocking at my door, what do I do with it? So there needs to be a plan that you can come up with where, it's kind of like doubt's going to come knock. But a lot of times what we do is like, oh my gosh, doubt is here. Come on in, doubt. I don't really know what to do or whatever the emotion is, whatever this thing is, right? I don't know what to do with it. It's just here. And we just feel like we can't tell doubt to leave, right? But doubt will come and knock. And what matters is the pattern interrupt. That's what I'm going to say. This is a good time for you to be thinking of a pattern interrupt. And so a good pattern interrupt would just be maybe, wearing a bracelet of some sort. You're just like, okay, I'm going to wear this bracelet. And every time I look down at this bracelet, I'm going to go through, what I have confidence in, what how you are now. You can even say it this way. I am now the type of person that fully believes. I am now the type of person who fully believes. That is who I am right now. And remember, we talk about in limiting beliefs. I am willing to believe. I am willing to believe that I 100% I got this, right? So those are the kinds of things you want to be thinking about moving forward. Okay, so doubt is definitely something that is coming up today. Greetings, Ia Ocean Funke. Letting go, fear of not receiving money. Okay, so that's a really good one, especially with us being in this Venus retrograde. And I want to share something with you, Ia, that I saw in this full moon, because this full moon has some Taurus energy in it. So I think that we can get some breakthroughs around money, and value and worth with this full moon. So I'm excited about that for you. But yeah, letting go of fear of not receiving money. Then the question is, how do we do that? See, to me, that's where we have to figure out, how do I practically apply astrology? And so I would say, um, maybe a good practice for you is, moving forward, is every day the faith that you have, the gratitude that you have in the money you've already received, and do a gratitude practice every day. And every time money comes your way, or somebody does an inquiry and they're like, how much are your services? Or however money it works with money coming your way, you can just write it down. I'm so grateful for all the money that I have received. Okay. Um, and so yeah, and in another one would just be, just have that gratitude practice like every day. And then another one could be, when you're feeling like money is slow in coming your way, you could do something like, um, a Ho'oponopono prayer. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Or, just like I mentioned earlier, have a pattern interrupt. And it's like, no, I live in a beneficent and benevolent universe, and everything is going my way. Cash money is floating around me. Money is everywhere. All I need to do is open my eyes and see it. These are the kinds of things we can't just let these thoughts run roughshod in our lives. And so, using this time to say, yes, I'm breaking up with fear of not receiving money. And then thinking about, so what's the opposite of that, that I'm going to do over this next lunar cycle? Very good one for this lunar cycle. I can tell you that. Okay. Yes. Pattern interrupt, because a lot of these beliefs have been embedded. So I put inside of my membership an early release video. I'll eventually release it on my public channel, but inside of my YouTube membership, I put this video that I made about breaking the trance. And honestly, I think that this new moon is one that can break the trance for a lot of people, because it's Aquarius. Aquarius is out the box. It's very sciency, and it's rebellious. It's about innovation and progress. And so we can use this full moon to help us break through the glass ceiling of our own limiting beliefs. Okay. And so part of the way that happens is we do not let them come through unchecked. Now, we don't have to be stressed, because, baby, they're going to come through. You're not getting away from it. It's just the human makeup. But where we don't know, what has not been taught to us is the understanding that these beliefs have been able to set up house inside of us through trance, okay? Through influence of some kind of way, through suggestion. And we were just like, well, it's here, it's the truth. When in all actuality, no, it's a belief. That's it. When you no longer believe in lack, when you no longer believe in limitation, then that is not the experience you're going to have. And all of you know this. You've all done it. You've all done it. So, yeah, I'm becoming more and more convinced of what I saw in this moon in terms of, the ability to make progress, and to get creative, be innovative, to have some breakthroughs, okay? So y'all are showing some really good examples of what a lot of people are dealing with. Bonsoir, how are you, Dagdiza? I was with French-speaking people today. Didn't know what they were saying, but I did hear them speaking French. Hey, how are you? Glad you're listening, Minister Eileen, Sophia, Ocean, Kimmy, Anke. Thank you, Bella. Creativity, and you are definitely a queen of creativity. I love that. Yes, 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 yes. Well, let's see how you can get a breakthrough. I think that we can have some breakthroughs with this full moon, okay? Okay. So just in case anyone watches this video and you don't know me, I am Tyra Omilade. I'm a spiritual guide and coach. I said I need to start saying that also I am a trainer. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to start putting that out there more. Trained in women's circle facilitation. I train the trainers for that. But more than anything, I'm about women's empowerment. And so one of the best things that I have found is that when women understand how to keep up with their cycles in terms of like their spiritual cycles and using the astrology and numerology, those kinds of things, then it helps us to live more in alignment and in flow with our lives, our destiny, and also living more according to our feminine nature is the best path to empowerment for us. And so that's what I'm all about. I'm so happy that you're here if you are new. Okay, so we always want to remember what's our mission. We got to start big and then we want to go small. So, one thing that I was talking about with the spiritual aspirant initiates recently, those are the ladies who are in my initiation program that I run, um, is the importance of rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. We do this month after month after month after month. This is another thing that I think where people go wrong. Okay. It's like we have to be on our game month after month after month. I, who know a lot about astrology, I, who have been initiated as a priestess since the good old days, 2006. Okay. That's when I've completed my first initiation. I have to do this day in and day out. Guess what? I'm in a human body. No matter how much spiritual enlightenment I may have, I am human. I'm in human form right now. And so part of our human form is forgetfulness. And so we have to remind ourselves, like even this Venus retrograde, Venus being invisible, uh Mars being invisible, which is greatly impacting my energy. I'm listening to my own videos. I'm like, oh, that's right. That's why I feel this way. I forget the very astrology that I even talk about. So, and then just so many spiritual teachers. I don't know one who is just like, I've just arrived so much that I don't have to just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Okay. This never grows old. All right. Sometimes we're a little bit more intuitive with it, but typically we need to go out of our way and remember, okay, what is the full moon about? So that you can be on your mission for this full moon. So the mission for the full moon is you're going to end something, you're going to culminate something, revelations can come to you. It's a push and a pull and a balance. You know what, y'all? I'm talking every time I come on and do the full moon, I forget. I look at the new moon stuff too, because I know a new moon is coming up that I'm gonna tell y'all I'm having a new moon retreat. Um, so forget the banishing stuff. Forget the banishing stuff. But what I asked y'all about, what are you not going into? That's what you're gonna be working on from the full moon to the new moon. So essentially, right now, what we want to do first and foremost, be looking for answers, whatever you wrote. Some people wrote doubt. This full moon will have an answer for you around doubt. Okay. And then um not fear of not receiving money. This full moon could be one where you're just like, I'm setting myself up where some money is going to come to me. Maybe you won't even put an amount on it, but just to prove you can command it. All right. Because this full moon is the energy of, it has manifesting energy in it. Right. It does have a push and a pull. Full moons are beautiful. but they are very challenging. Very, very challenging. Where's my thing? What did I do with it, y'all? Hold on one second. Oh, typically, I have my fan right here, but I don't know what I did with it because I'm burning up. Hold on one second, y'all, okay? I need to get, it's hot. Tell everybody don't leave. I'm coming. I just need to cool this room off. Oh, God. Oh my gosh, my fan. I had it all along, Dorothy. Very good, yeah. Good, yes. Every day in and day out, every day, write down. I'm grateful to wake up. I'm grateful to for this food that I had today. I'm grateful that I watched this YouTube video. Like, it doesn't even have to be anything big. I'm grateful that somebody smiled at me at the store. And every time, this is for anybody who has anything around money. Anytime you feel like you are struggling with money, every dollar that comes in, write down, I'm grateful for, and then write down the amount that came into you. And it will bring more money. I'm telling you. Gratitude and forgiveness. These are the things that we want to do. Also, just clearing ourselves so that we can actually open up to the abundance of the universe. So remember, we're wanting to break the trance. This Aquarius moon can definitely help us break trances, okay? Any full moon can, but I just love Aquarius because it's such a breakthrough moon. So yeah, every day, every day. Okay. So let's see here. Hey, Ia Oshibuke, I had thought I was gonna tell you we got California temperatures today. I couldn't believe seeing 102 on my car's temperature thing. Yeah, I was like, this is some heat that even I who love heat is just like, I need to be cautious. I need to be cautious, people. Okay. So this moon is definitely always a full moon is going to kind of like make you look at what's in balance or what's out of balance. Okay. So we're at a point in the moon where we might just be kind of like thinking we're at the moon phase where we're like, okay, how do I tweak this? What is it that I need to do in order to maybe achieve that goal that I'm going for? Okay. So, or achieve the outcome that I desire. You want to just be kind of maybe looking at, okay, let me just go on ahead and go into this moon. Okay. So Aquarius, let's talk about what Aquarius is about. Aquarius is about progress. So I think for us, what we want to do is to really ask ourselves, like, what kind of progress have I made? Maybe since the last new moon or since, the top of the year. Maybe you started something new in March and you want to just kind of look and see what kind of progress you've made. But it's definitely a moon about progress. And it's a very intelligent moon. So some of the things that you want to be doing is being, there's a time for the intellect. I mean, there's a time for our intuition, and then there's a time for intellect. And so I just really want to encourage you all, like, what are the scientists saying about whatever it is that you're doing? I know in a goddess community, we love our intuition, even though I know some sisters are kind of like, I don't really know how connected I am, or don't know if I trust my intuition. But definitely science is, maybe the other thing is, I think of it like ma'at. I always tell people you want to test everything and then look at the results. Some of us, we kind of put our heads in the sand. It's like, I don't want to look at stuff. I know I'm that way about looking at business numbers and stuff like that. Sometimes it just feels scary and overwhelming to look at, like, okay, how many people left my newsletter? How many people stayed? Or, you know, uh, YouTube has done better about not showing us how many people dislike our videos. Because that was just, but sometimes I look at my numbers like, is my channel growing or is it not growing? You know? But one thing is for sure about when we have more of, we have to have that intuition, but when we include the science part, we want to be able to measure a thing or to look to see what does it look like, because how in the world do we know what changes we need to make if we're not we don't have some type of process to measure it. So this is an opportunity for you to kind of tweak your life by just taking time to be, you know, detached. Come on now, because I know sometimes it's hard to look at stuff. Aquarius is detachment. Let me just be detached from what I see, and is there some sense I can make of it? And this will once I do this, it's going to help me to make progress, or it's going to help me to get that breakthrough. Okay? So, yeah, this is a moon that can bring about, it's a mental moon. I still think it still can be emotional just because the moon is involved, but it may feel like, yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. Maybe some of the signs will be a little bit more emotional than others. Oh my God. Um, but yeah, it's definitely something about the mind. It's intelligence. It's about higher wisdom and higher knowledge. So it's kind of like you might get like this big insight about something where you're like, I have just awakened, and or maybe you listen to something and you're like, after I listen to this, I finally understand. And a lot of times just changing your perspective, it changes your whole reality. Wayne Dyer, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So I do think this is a moon that will help us to be able to see things in a new way. Okay. But a lot of it will be coming from, because Aquarius is like thirst for knowledge, this higher knowledge, this higher wisdom, studying something, a little bit more sciency. And it's just interesting because I noticed for me here lately, there's a part of me that is like, yes, intuition means everything, but then there's a part of me that's like, but I'm in human form. And so at some point in time, I need to be intelligent about what I'm doing. And again, I need to test it. Is it working or is it not working? Am I just kind of giving lip service to something because it sounds good, or someone told me that's what it was, right? Or this thing is true. And so yeah, if you need to detach from something, this is a good moon that can help you to do that. It's about the collective. So maybe there's going to be something that comes forth regarding the collective. It could be the collective of some community that you're a part of, or it could just be in the world. Like we all experience something one time collectively, and that would be the pandemic. But it does have to do with big groups. Some of y'all might go to like a convention, or you might say, "Hey, I want to host a convention, a summit, something a larger gathering." Okay, it definitely could bring something around innovation for you. I think it could bring up topics. We could see something happen. So this is the thing y'all need to understand about Aquarius as well as Pisces. These are two signs that have to do with the collective, and so it will happen. We will have personal breakthroughs, but don't be surprised if we see something happen on the grander scale. maybe there's some like a scientific breakthrough could come through. Some technology will be released. I think that's completely and totally possible. And also it could be just like maybe certain groups are like, we're coming together, we're tired of whatever, and we're now gonna rebel. You know what? This is one prediction I'm gonna put out there. I've been hearing about the Teamsters and working with the unions, working on behalf of unions. I don't know exactly how it works, but like UPS, and it seems like it's some other company or some other group of workers that are on the brink of brokering a deal where they get better working conditions, they get better money. So it could be something like that we see. It's like some news gets broadcasted in some kind of way around that. So I think that we might see that here. I don't know what else is going on around the world, but Aquarius is a very weird, quirky, wacky type of energy. So this is a full moon where we all can kind of like embrace our inner weird factor. And it's kind of like you get so rebellious because you're like, I don't want to be like everybody else. Everybody else is not like me. um I'm just going to be true to myself. So something could be coming through like that with this full moon. And it's also about adventure and technology and broadcasting. So get ready to go on a grand adventure. Get ready to go on a grand adventure. Okay, let me see here. So let's just go on ahead and do this, y'all. Let's just go on ahead because it's the full moon. I know we're not quite there yet, but I want you to write down or type into the chat 5, 2 to 5 accomplishments. When you go to your journal, you can write down more that you have achieved over the last 1 to 1.5 years. Thank you. Yes, let me drink my water. I have my water here. Mm. My progress has been mostly letting my heart go over closing my business on, trying to truly trust that there's something for me to do next. Ashe, oh, I get that. I had a different membership before. I poured my heart and soul into that membership, and I just couldn't get any traction, and it was beginning to just it was just so much work that I was just like, "I can't keep doing it," and I let it go. I felt like such a failure, but then that turned into I have a massive amount of content that I can usually pull from. Anytime someone needs something, trust and believe. I've already created it. I've got it. So I'm sure, hopefully, I hope that you can see what you learned from your previous business that you can apply some other place. I do get that, sister. Okay, here we go. I started learning TikTok as a platform to promote content and services back in March. Woohoo! That is definitely an Aquarius thing right there. That is definitely. Yeah, I really do think that if you've been working on something, this is a full moon that can help you. It'll crystallize it. You'll see it. And I'm going to give y'all some dates on when I think it will happen. Fully trusting your intuition. It's the only way to live. It's the only way to live. Okay. So, yes, let me see. Okay, let me go back to talk about for me, what am I working on right now? Well, I'll give myself all kinds of deadlines. And so I think for this one, I'm just gonna say that by tomorrow, no, by tomorrow's the 30th, 31st is Monday. So yeah, by Monday, I am going to have uploaded an astrology course to this platform called Udemy. I used to use Udemy for everything. If my kids needed something for homeschool, I would just go on to Udemy. The courses can be just so, cheap, you know, low priced. I actually learned how to use Canva by going to Udemy and buying a course. So I'm gonna upload. one of my astrology courses there. It's a goal that I have, upload one course per month. I haven't done it yet for this month, so I'm gonna get that done. That's very Aquarius. It's a online marketplace. It's learning. So Aquarius. Oh my gosh. Um, so yeah, that's my plan. So like right now, we're kind of using this time to see how can we push ourselves forward. Um, yeah, how can we push ourselves forward and actually achieve that goal by that full moon? Maybe a few days past it. So anyone, yes. No one's gonna give me something that you achieved, y'all. I know I like talking quite a bit, but I don't like doing the only interacting on these. But if you don't want to, not a problem. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, I'm just gonna go on ahead and go into what does this moon mean? Okay, let me get rid of these ads. I can't stand them. Okay, let me just go through my notes really quickly. So again, this moon is gonna be around 2:30 p.m. Eastern time on August the 1st. So we're starting out August with the full moon. That's interesting. And this particular full moon is it has a lot of Aquarius energy. So everything that I've already talked about with Aquarius, the way I've talked about, these are the things that you want to be thinking about with this moon um stand true. And it's like a double portion of Aquarius. And so the other energy that's in this moon though is Taurus. Now, Taurus is a moon or a sign that's about money, self-worth, and value. This is why I was saying to Ocean Funke that I was going to get to talking around about this. Okay. I even think doubt is connected to value and worth and all those kinds of things. So, this full moon, I think, is kind of like maybe what's going to happen is until you value yourself, progress won't be made. Okay. So how do I make progress? You got to value yourself. And the way we value ourselves is a lot of it is influence. We just have to begin to make the choice. No matter what, I'm going to find something to value about myself, and where I cannot value myself, that's the place to do some healing work. And I do believe that this moon will bring in some healing because we have Chiron involved in this moon, and that's the wounded healer. Okay, that's the wounded healer. Hey Reggie, yes, we're kicking off August with a bang, and Lionsgate portal is open. I just want to just pause for a minute and say, Leo is the astrological spiritual new year. This is something I learned from one of my teachers. It's the astrological spiritual new year. So this full moon in Aquarius, is beautiful because it's happening actually before the new moon in Leo. So the new moon in Leo is going to happen in about 2 weeks. And so we're taking this time to like open ourselves up so that we can receive, spiritual messages. Because, we're never going to have an Aquarius full moon unless the sun is in Leo, right? So we're having this Aquarius full moon first, which means that we get to open ourselves up and maybe do some type of clearing so that that new moon energy of Leo, like we can go into the rest of this year and into next year with the fresh new start. So thank you for saying that about the Lionsgate portal, Reggie. Okay, so yeah, I also think that this full moon, I think the full moon can bring us some money or some experience that helps us to affirm our value and our worth. I really do think so. And it's also going to be a full moon that is like asking you, how well are you taking care of yourself? Um, it's fixed energy. That was the first thing I noticed about it. I was like, wow, this is a lot of fixed energy. And so that's one of the reasons why I was saying it can help you to like crystallize something. It can help. This full moon may be something where literally something manifests that you've been working on. I really do see that for this moon. Um, but the other thing is, it's kind of like, sometimes in order to achieve the goal that we desire, you have to stick and stay and stick and stay. And so this moon can bring that kind of energy to you. Stick and stay kind of energy. Um yeah. So I'm going to tell y'all, and I hope y'all let me know, cuz I give y'all predictions on the regular, and I love it for those who tell me what happened. I love it. So it's two time periods I'm gonna give y'all. It could be within 15 days of that new moon. Okay. Excuse me, full moon. If I say new moon today, talking about this Aquarius moon, full moon. Something can happen within 15 days, or mark your calendars 15 months out and ask, did anything manifest 15 months out? See, this is a thing that this moon is saying to us. Sometimes the best things in life take time. Sometimes the things that you are working on, it will take time. But if you take it step by step by step, and you just hang in there, and you're consistent, and you're unwavering, and you have endurance, you will get there. Okay. So could be 15 days, could be 15 months. But okay, let me tell y'all, do y'all have any questions about what I'm saying? Ah, I'm excited for you. I'm very excited for you, Reggie. Thank you. I'm focusing on the healing of my neck injury, the self healing and love. Yes. So for you, I think that you could get some news that would help you to progress. I mean, you're Cancerian? Are you double Cancerian? You Cancer rising? I'm so sorry. Y'all can drop your astrology in there if you want. That way I'll just already know on the live stream who's what. But I honestly think this is a moon for people who are waiting for an answer. This is a moon that could bring it. But just remember, it might be 15 days, or it could be out as far as 15 months. Okay. But let me tell y'all, let's talk let's talk being a scientist. One of the things that I say to the ladies in my spiritual aspirant initiation is, I want them um to set an intention to prove to themselves that the work that they have done actually does matter. Like, it actually worked. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to say, okay, this full moon, this is the kind of progress I want in my life. Tyra said 15 days, 15 months. And then the other part of manifestation is, when the universe brings the next step for you to take, what do we have to do? We have to be Aquarius. What is Aquarius? Adventurous. It's a risk taker. And Aquarius is all about progress. And so we have to go on ahead and do that. Sometimes we just have to have that detachment. It's like, I have to detach from being safe, especially if it's something that's not serving you. Okay. Be safe when you need to be safe. But when you know you're being safe in a way because you are afraid of moving forward, then sometimes you have to detach from that feeling and that need of safety in order to let yourself make this progress and move forward into that unknown territory. Because what lies beyond us just saying stuck right here is our dreams, is our hopes. And so this moon is going to help you with that. And it's going to give you that stamina, that wherewithal to hang in there. There's a coach who I work with, and she says, I'm just trying to help all of y'all stay in your business long enough so that you don't quit and you get to that point where you are actually making money and your business is doing well and you're thriving. That's all I'm trying to do. And that's what this moon is saying to you. I'm just trying to help you to be able to stay the course. Stay the course so that you can make the progress and get to where you want to be. Okay? Um so Cancer rising. Yeah, I think that this moon, you know, it's in the 8th house for Cancerians. And I'm gonna go through all of that for you all, but I really do think that an answer can come to you. I want you to open yourself up for whatever it is. It could be spontaneous healing, it could be a doctor, whatever it is. I want you to open yourself up to I know that you're working to get something. I can't remember all the details. I kind of, check in and see your post. But yes, I would set the intention, just be like, universe, full moon, Aquarius, science, technology can help me. That's the other thing I want us to understand. Are you leveraging technology? Are you leveraging this time of great advancement? Or are we just kind of like so numb to how technologically advanced that we are because we've just been here for so long that we don't even realize the great time that we're in, right? So I really want y'all to set these intentions for this full moon. I'm deep cleansing in my life, shedding identities, love it, and letting go of the life I've been living. This is a beautiful moon for that because it does have all of this detachment in it. Detachment is one of our power tools in the goddess tradition. When we can detach from something, it loses its power over us, and it's just so much easy to be flexible. I can't remember where I talked about being flexible and the importance of the more we have flexibility, the more power we have. Okay. That risk that you're afraid of taking may change your life for the better. That's a good one. A lot of people are afraid of success. I remember being afraid of success. I used to think, this is insane, but I'm going to tell y'all why it feels so scary. Because it's very normal to feel that way. It's because it feels unknown. And I used to say that, well, when I start being more successful, I don't exactly know what that entails. So it's very normal, very normal. But this moon can help us detach from that comfort on the 7th. Okay. Yeah, let's see what happens the first 15 days for you. We might have to be in here for the long haul, but let's see what happens within that first 15 days. I hope that you get some good news, sis. I really do. So, another reason why I think that we're going to see something manifest, actually, I'm going to give y'all another date, another set of times within 4 days or 4 months of this moon. Now, in terms of this, I think it could be I mean, it's Saturn in Taurus. I know sometimes people don't like hearing a lot about manifesting material stuff, but y'all know I'm going to tell you. If we weren't supposed to be manifesting material stuff, we wouldn't have Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay? We just would not have the earth signs. We would not have any concept of any of that. Okay? We would not even be in this physical realm because this whole physical realm is about physical manifestation. All right. So what this is we have this moon that is what you call squaring uh Taurus. All right. And so excuse me, it's squaring Jupiter in Taurus. What did I write? It's going to bring an activation. A square in astrology is 90 degrees and it brings an activation. So I think it could be like you get activated within 4 days of the moon, or about 4 months out from the moon, there's like this major activation that happens. Now, some of it could be connected to something, like somebody says something wise, or it could be this great awakening that happens for you where you're just liberated, because Aquarius is this sign that has to do with liberation and freedom. Okay. And so something like that could be coming through. Now, what does this have to do with? It has to do with Taurus. Well, what is Taurus? Taurus is money. All right. Taurus, maybe you're going to get a breakthrough some kind of way around your money, your personal finances. Taurus is self care and self worth. It's value. It's also your values. I don't all the time like the way this feels, but we have Saturn in here that pretty much with this moon, some of us are going to feel like we're having a reality check. It's like something is really just like you're getting ready to get real. With this full moon, we're getting ready to just, as I hear people say it to me sometimes, give it to me straight, no chaser. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you, it may happen. So when it happens, the way I want you to look at it as a bitter pill. And it's like, okay, what can I do with this bitter pill? I heard someone talking about the flavors and how a lot of us are missing bitter. We're missing the bitter flavor. And I was just thinking, if we're missing eating bitter foods, bitter tasting foods, in some kind of way that could be translating in how it's difficult for us to hear challenging feedback. And I know a lot of us feel like, well, I've been criticized my whole life, so I don't want to hear any challenging feedback. Well, criticism that is, you know, not true and not helpful. Yes, we don't want that. But criticism that is like, no, I really need to wake up and do something about this is helpful. And it leads us to a place where, um, yeah, where it can change our life for the better and we can stop struggling. It can help us become masterful actually in our lives. So we already got Saturn, in this moon, and it's kind of like, hey, I'm going to give you a wake up call. So expect that. Or maybe you already got the wake up call. Maybe you already have heard something, because this moon is it's kind of like this moon actually could spur you making some progress around some wake up call that you've been given. I'll say it that way. Um, but I think that something can kind of push us with this moon to expand and grow, to have a new perspective. But also I need to go back to the values. I know I have to, because I just came back here without even thinking about it. But you want to look at, what do you value? What do you value? And when you want to know what do you value, all you have to do is look at what you look at, what you do with your time, what you do with your money, what are you focusing your mind on, right? And so are what you're doing lining up with the values of the life that you want for yourself? And you will begin to be able to start making some choices about what you can do differently. Okay. So what I wrote here for this Chiron is progress. Oh, just like I was telling Shannon, I wonder if this moon is going to help some people to find progress in their healing. It could be body, mind, spirit, emotions. Now, I do think it could potentially have to do with the body, because Aries represents the body. So that's something else to think about. And also, I think that this moon can create a healing that leads to progress and you being innovative. That's another word I love for Aquarius: innovation. Innovation. So it's kind of like, what new thing can you do in your life that would make a difference? And maybe it's important to be innovative in your approach to life. Maybe you just been doing the same old, and it's time to be more innovative, right? Um, yeah. So going back to this Saturn. So the reason I have to look at Saturn is just because I use the ancient rulers for astrology. So the ruler of this moon is Saturn, as I see it. So reality check. You may have to go back to the initial plan. So what was the original plan? Go back to that plan. And then you want to look at it and see, am I doing this plan? And if you're not, you want to start doing the plan. Or is it something that needs to change about the plan? Okay. And the other thing that this full moon may bring up is something about how you are operating day to day. Your lifestyle, your routines, how are you operating day to day? This full moon could bring up something like that for you. And the other part of this full moon, well, with this Saturn, is like more structure around spirituality and healing practices. Like, or have you fallen off those? Do you need to get back on that? That's something else that's very, very important. And then the other thing that I really love about this moon is that Lilith is squaring Uranus. So Uranus is pretty much like Aquarius. When you think Aquarius, think Uranus. When you think Uranus, think Aquarius. This is like breakthrough, going to the next level. And I'm pretty much just going to yank you there. Okay. I'm not trying to be hyperbolic. I'm being honest with you all. Okay. And so, but when you get there, you're like, "Oh, I'm glad I'm here," because it was where you were going anyway. But Uranus is like, "We're just gonna get there quicker, baby." I want you to think electricity, okay? When we think Uranus, so electricity just be moving, baby. It just be moving. Well, at the time of this full moon, the Aquarius is interacting with what is called Lilith. So I want you to think of Lilith as being like our shadow. Okay. I want you to think of Lilith as being that part of yourself where you're like, I got wounded, or this is a part of myself that if anybody knew about this, they wouldn't like me, they wouldn't love me. Right. Well, this full moon right here is like, you know what? Honestly, it's already working on it, but we're gonna this full moon is imprinting liberation from the grips of your dark self, you know, liberation from something that happened that disempowered you. And you know, well, I've already had it happen. Something that happened that disempowered you, where you're like, I'm gonna take my power back. And when you take that power back, it's gonna help you to have more confidence. And it's you're just gonna show up in life in a different way, a better way. You'll feel better, you'll feel more congruent. Um, so that's something else that I think. And I think that what it could do is it's like this breakthrough in how you value yourself, your self-worth, your self-value, your self-care, breakthrough in that. And what I perceive is that someone a long time ago, maybe when you were a child, maybe you have taken on something of an ancestor, another lifetime, was like, you know what? You don't deserve to feel good about yourself. You don't deserve to, live free. And and so when you are told that, it's kind of like, well, that's what my worth is based on, that's what my value is based on. And so now it's like, um our life, we're not able to bring in everything that we want. And so this is definitely, Shannon mentioned she wants a breakthrough. This is definitely a breakthrough moon. And so I want y'all to understand, it's going to be several breakthroughs that are coming through for us, several breakthroughs that are coming through for us over this next maybe 7, 8 months. Okay. I even want y'all to be thinking about what difference will it be once we get into Aquarius season. I want y'all to be paying attention from now to Aquarius season, which is starting at the end of January into February. You know, how I set a goal for like 6 months from now. This is where I want to be. And I think that a lot of what we're going to be working on initially is something internal, but the more I want y'all to test this out. The more you shift yourself internally, the more you're going to see manifesting in your life what you want, no matter what area you're focused on right now, okay? Okay, I have been ignoring my progression, so I took the step to continue the process of trying to understand why this is happening. So I just want to ask everybody, Shannon, let me know, is it okay for me to ask people to just send you healing energy? I stopped going to the doctors since they seemed so unsure. Let me know if we can send you some healing energy. I would love to do that for you. Anyone else who needs healing energy channeled to them, please let us know. Okay. So, what we're going to do now is everybody take a sippy sip. And I need to pull up my little cheat sheet for y'all. I like it when y'all have visuals. I do better with visuals. I'm going to turn on some music just really quickly because sometimes it kind of helps to make that shift and people don't get tired and y'all will stick around. It doesn't feel so. I don't know. I hope y'all are good. I'm going to turn this on. Mm. Let me pull up the cheat sheet for you all. Where is the cheat sheet? Here we go. Oh, shoot. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So if y'all would, hold on, let me take the music down. I'm just going to ask this all right now, whether you're here live or on the replay, to just take a moment to um, send healing energy to our sisters, both Shannon and Diza. Just imagine that they're standing in the middle of a circle and just all the healing energy of the universe is coming into their body and their health, their well-being, their bodies are all being restored to their birthright of health. And I want you, Shannon and Diza, just to open your hands up to receive it, knowing that you deserve it. This is your birthright. And there's nothing more to do than to receive it. And whatever the universe has for you, whatever the great mother has for you will hear the next steps to take, if any. And we just give thanks right now for the restoration of your health and your well-being, body, mind, spirit, and emotions. And we say ashe, ashe, asheo, and so it is. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Yes. Thank you, CV. I appreciate you. Even I feel better after saying that. So thank y'all for allowing us that healing moment. So I want us all, if you need a healing of some sort, who doesn't need a healing of some sort? If you need a healing of some sort, open yourselves up to receive a healing during this full moon because it's definitely healing energy in this moon. Okay. Ashe. Ashe. Okay, so let's just talk about what does this full moon mean through the signs. All right. So for the Aries in the house, this full moon is pretty much what I have described for you all. I think of all the signs, you will be one of the ones that is just like, you've manifested something and it's like without a doubt, this thing is what you've been working on. You made progress. You feel like you're getting ahead. The other part of this could be where you feel stuck. This will help you to be feeling like you're making progress. This moon could give you like the next steps you need to get the breakthrough that you desire. I think that this might be a moon that makes Aries, who doesn't have a problem with taking risk, but maybe you're going to take more calculated risk, but you're definitely going to be taking some risks, some gambles, or maybe whatever that risk is that you're supposed to take, you're going to actually see it. Okay. You're welcome, Shannon. Let me see here. What else do I want to tell you? I have to look at my notes. Yes, that's what I have for you all. Oh, another thing for Aries, this house has to do with being gainful. So you could actually be seeing more money coming in. The 11th house has to do with money from your career. So that's something that you may get an inkling into. It could be within the next 4 to 15 days, the next 4 months to 15 months, something like that. I think big is coming your way. Um, I would also say if there's any Aries out there who want to launch a podcast or something around YouTube, something like that, this would be a good time to do that. Also, I don't know, maybe it's something that you want to learn. Maybe there's something that you need to be detached from. This full moon is going to help you to understand what you need to detach from. Okay. So the next sign that we're going to look at is Taurus. So for Taurus, this is happening in your 10th house. This full moon for Tauruses could be pivotal. It could be a moon where the Tauruses are kind of like, wow, my life is about to change. And the way that you may find yourself changing is it's kind of like whatever I've been known for, either you're going to amplify that or you're going in a whole new direction of what you've been known for. I'll tell y'all, I can't remember what it was earlier. I had meant to tell y'all this. The healing, I think it was that I was talking about. How sometimes you'll see somebody who you describe as your nemesis. And I saw one of those people today, and I was just like, yeah, I've done a lot of healing work. And to be able to be in the same room as this person, and I'm not like upset or whatever. It's not difficult because the person actually is not a mean person. This person is pretty nice. But it was enough of an issue that I had with this person that, yeah, she was on my list, my top list of people who I'm just like, you guys to go. Um, and she was like, "Are you gonna come and dance?" Because I went and was just hosting the African dance class that happened at my nonprofit today, where I work. And I was like, "Nope." And I pointed my shirt. I'm a belly dancer now. I'm a belly dancer now. I'm a Taurus. That's one of the reasons I'm mentioning this. So what I used to be known for, I'm not known for that anymore. But I think that you can get some breakthroughs around career, Taurus. I really do think that you can get some nice breakthroughs around career. I think you can find some new money paths, new ways of making money could come to you, Taurus, with this full moon. um, could be an activation for you all because it's kind of like who you are is gonna have to change because Jupiter is in your first house. So who you are in order for you to go to that next level, that's gonna have to change. And so it could almost kind of feel like there's a clash, but it's like whatever this thing is that pushes you, it's gonna happen to help you get unstuck. So I think this moon can help Tauruses feel unstuck. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this. Okay. Let me just go back for a minute. And if I forget to give y'all the body part, tell me. So, a body part that could be prominent for Aries could be your back, your skin, your nervous system. And for Taurus, it could be your skin, it could be your back, it could be your knees, your joints, your bones, or anything that is hardening or something like that. Okay. Um Yeah, also the 10th house can make people focused on parental responsibility. So maybe something around parental responsibilities will come up for Tauruses. Okay, next is Gemini. Now, Gemini, I think that this is a moon where of all the ones who will feel like you're growing and you're expanding, you will be the ones who feel that way. Like this revelation about how you see the world. You see the world in a whole new way, and it allows you to show up and be more expansive and open to new opportunities. I think some good fortune could come your way as a result of this moon. And I want you to remember you want to be tracking all the good fortune that comes your way. 4 days out, 15 days out, 4 months out, 15 months out. You want to be looking for it because I think it could really come to you during that time. Maybe for you, it would be really stepping into this higher level of empowerment. Also, now, the area of life that this is happening in, it has to do with learning. So, maybe you're going to embark on learning something new where you can get a certification, or maybe you're going to finish a certification or like a degree program or something like that, Gemini. This full moon may bring to you, okay, I just need to teach. I have finally accepted I am a teacher. It could also take you onto some foreign travel where you're going, for an extended period of time to another country, working with other cultures. Another thing, if there's any Geminis out there who are writing books, this is a full moon that can help you maybe see that path forward on writing a book, publication, or this also has to do with PR work. Um, so it could help you with that. And also, I think that this is a full moon, again, Aquarius is like this thirst for knowledge. The ninth house is this house that has to do with like, what is my true meaning? And there is this thirst for higher wisdom. So one thing for y'all in particular, Gemini, I think is important for you to make sure that you're reading text of, philosophers and spiritual teachers, different things like that. Hi, Larissa. Spiritual teachers like that, or listening to sages, just really turning on anything that like inspires you and um helps to kind of like what's the word I want to use? Quench that thirst for knowledge. The ninth house has to do with the liver. So something may come to you about taking care of your liver, Gemini, or also it could be taking care of thighs and hips. Okay. Thighs and hips. So, okay. That was Gemini. Here is Cancer. So we've already talked about Cancer just a little bit because we were talking to a Cancerian here on the live stream about her health challenge. And so I think that, with this being sciency, you could think medical also, and you're a Cancerian. This eighth house has to do with healing. It could definitely be something comes through to you. Some technology is going to be found that is going to help you. Now, I'm going to tell you, it could be an ancient healing technology. One thing that I would say would be like, do you have anything like Reiki, or do you use any kind of energy healing modalities? I would think that that is something that I would employ on a regular basis. If you have something going on, you want to use that on a regular basis. Um, because remember, this moon is like slow and methodical, consistent, and it may take a little time, and you just got to keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And so for some of the Cancerians, this is the full moon that is like, hey, it's just important for you to just stay consistent in your healing modality, your healing practices. This one also has to do with transformation. So this is a pretty challenging place to have the full moon. It could really bring up your stuff, but it's bringing it up because you're finally ready to deal with it, Cancer. And if you need support, definitely go to a therapist, a healer, because that's what the eighth house is. It has to do with therapies that can help you to do deep healing. So do that. It also has to do with other people's money. So this topic could bring up topics around, your partner's money, money that's shared. People, maybe you live with other people, and we're talking about like, maybe we need to split the utilities in some kind of way, or the rent and mortgage in some kind of way. I don't know. Talks about that. You could actually get some money that comes in that you didn't have to go and make this money. It just comes to you. It also could bring up topics around debt, and it could bring up topics around what do you call this? Inheritance, taxes. It definitely is a money house. So money topics could become very prominent for the Cancerians. But yeah, it can make you feel very tender. Cancers, y'all are already very, very um, sensitive souls. Part of the reason the the water signs have so much water is our houses of the intellect are in dark spots in our chart, except one might not be, but for the most part, they're hidden. Okay. So it makes us extremely sensitive. And so this can be a very emotional moon for the Cancerians just because of where it's there. But it's kind of like, oh, this pain, I want to heal it. Definitely a house where you can step into your power, but it's like magic and mystery, okay? And you've been looking at a neuro implant, okay? And cancers are ruled by the moon. Exactly, Keita May. Exactly. Okay, so yes, yes, yes. Technology, technology. Okay, next is Leo. So for the Leo, this is happening in a pivotal house. You're another sign where this moon can bring about a huge change and transformation for you. Okay, so I think that this could bring about some change in your relationships, in particular, Leo. Yeah, I think it could bring up topics around like you seeing yourself in the relationship, you also taking the position of the other people in the relationship, and just kind of like weighing what's really going on in this relationship. Maybe you're going to manifest a beautiful relationship. You've been wanting a relationship, you're going to manifest it. But some of this relationship stuff is based on your worth and your value. You really need to take this time to own your value. Don't diminish yourself to other people. You're Leo. What am I talking about? Of course, you're not doing that. Some Leos are. Some Leos are. So you don't want to diminish yourself. You want to make sure that you're standing in your worth in your relationships. That's going to really help your relationships out quite a bit. I do think that Leos need to be asking for some support. I think in order for you to make progress and to get to where you want to be, this full moon is going to bring up topics around like, are you allowing yourself to be supported, Leo? Because Leo is kind of like, I know people kind of make it sound like Leo is just like, I want everyone to serve me, but actually Leos, they do a lot for other people. It's just one of the things that happens, right? Um, so yes, sun, moon, or ascendant, Kita May. That would be correct. Um, and so because Leos are kind of like, I can just do it myself kind of people, it's hard for Leo to receive support. It really is. So yeah, I think that's important for Leo. You need to balance out not asking for help. It's not going to be helpful for you to make progress. Let's see here. For Leo, Taurus is the fourth house. So yeah, it's kind of like there's definitely something internal, emotional, that maybe there's like this perspective you have to have. I think that this could be a moon about forgiveness for the Leos. Who do you need to forgive in relationships? That's going to help you to make progress. Okay. So yes, everything that I read is for sun, moon, and ascendant. No. No, 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 Leo. Hold up. I also think that it's important for you to get support to make progress in your career, okay? You don't need to be trying to just navigate the career waters alone. Um Next is going to be Virgo. Okay. So Virgo, you're another sign that has Aquarius in the 6th house. And it's part of what kind of makes Virgo like really good at like Virgos can be so precise at like this is exactly what we need to do. This is how we need to flow. This is what what is going to be best for making this operate in the best way. Can be total scientists around this, okay? So, I think for you though, Virgo, it's going to be bringing up topics around like your lifestyle. I mentioned I feel like for a lot of us, this is saying, "Hey, um, how did I write this? How are you working? Like day to day." It's looking at that, getting a reality check around that. Because see, you've got to understand, Virgo, you got Saturn, the reality check planet, opposite your sign right now because it's in Pisces. So you just get ready to be in one big reality check along with Pisces for the next 2 years or so. So definitely this moon could be sort of like a reality check around your health and wellness, or a reality check about how you're showing up at work, or just the flow, the everyday flow or lifestyle also is something that could be coming to you. But the good news is that, let's see here, for you, Taurus is the 9th house. The good news for you is it's kind of like you have this higher vision, this higher purpose that you could be looking at. And yeah, what's your North Star? Get focused on your North Star and make sure that your life is supporting you on that with that North Star, Virgo. For the overall energy being that the sun will be in Leo as well during the time for the full moon. Yes. So what is making this moon full is that the sun. Where is it? Yeah. So what happens? That's a good question, Kita May. What happens is the sun is down here in Leo, shining a bright light on this moon over here in Aquarius. And I think the best way to look at it is the sun is trying to let us know what Aquarius is kind of giving us an insight as to how can we shine and be the best that we can be, or just in preparation for that Leo new moon. Aquarius is going to help us to be able to do that. Okay. Aquarius and Leo work together. But what I said for Leo is for Leo, sun, moon, and rising, not necessarily the collective. What it is for the collective is what we talked about in the beginning, just Aquarius in general. And not much is going on with the sun actually, um, outside of having this full moon. It's not, well, yeah, we have actually Jupiter is squaring it. So I hope that helps. Yes, sixth house for Virgos. Sixth house for Virgos. Okay. Yes. Okay. I think I finished Virgo. Next is Libra. Let me find this through the cheat sheet. Okay. So Libra, this is pretty good. The fifth house is another house that has to do with good fortune. So I hope that you see some good fortune 4 to 15 days out from this full moon. Um, If not, in about 4 months and 15 months, mark y'all's calendars, open yourselves up to receive some good fortune, all right? Fifth house is a lucky house, so you could feel like it's just good luck. Something lucky happened to you. It's interesting, Libra, because Libra doesn't exactly like to stand out and shine, okay? Libra's always like, I want to be buddied up. So, um what this moon, though, is asking you to do, Libra, is to take stock of what's special about you, okay? Libra's always like, "Oh, no, 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 no. Let's just talk about, what's going on with so and so." You don't really see Libras who are arrogant. Now, they have standards, and if you ask them to operate outside their standards, that's when you're gonna see a Libra with an attitude. But most Libras are very refined and, they're just so appropriate. If we're at, a cookout, then Libra's going to have on certain clothes and, it's time to do certain things. Like, the Leo, what's the Leo going to do? The Leo is going to be like, I don't care what anyone says. This party is boring. I'm getting ready to crank it up. It's not even my party. But you know what? What are Leos here for if it's not to make sure that we have fun, right? And the Libra is like, but is this what the hostess wanted? And like, was there something else? Like, was there a schedule we were following? Because we want to make sure that everything happens that was supposed to happen, right? Um, or Libra is just so about like being a part of a duo that it's like me and this other person are one, and so you don't all the time want to be focusing. It's kind of like, even though it's a masculine sign, Libra is like, no light shining just on me. So this moon is gonna actually be like, you need to have the light shined on you. You need to be able to step up and be totally confident in your gifts, your talents, whatever makes you special. This is what you need to do, Libra. And so it's going to be bringing that up for you. I do think Libras sometimes kind of struggle with value, self value. So this moon is one of these moons that can really help you value your gifts and talents and use them uh, to make progress in your life or to make progress in society. Okay. Um, I do think that you're one of the ones that's kind of like, the more I heal, the more progress I'm going to make. And I know we can't always be focused on healing, but maybe let's use this word self-care. Self-care and healing, okay? The more you do your self-care work, the the more progress you're going to make. You're going to feel good about standing out and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah. Okay. Um I think that's what I have for Libra. Yeah. Okay. After Libra, oh my gosh, it's my turn. Scorpio, rising, sun, moon. Oh my gosh, Scorpio. Let's see what we have for the Scorpio. Scorpio, you're another one that this moon could be pivotal for. It's happening in your fourth house of home, family, emotions, and ancestors. And yes, of all the signs, you could definitely be feeling very emotional with this full moon. Um, I think it could spark new beginnings in the foundation of who you are. So, we always kind of have something that's just foundational to our core. And it's so foundational and fundamental to who and what we are. We actually don't even have to think about it. And so this full moon is kind of like the foundation on which you've been standing. Maybe you have some emotions that kind of have you like, "Hey, I can only do this much. I can't do more than fill in the blank." And so this moon is kind of like, are these emotions that you standing on the foundation of this? Or maybe it's teaching from your family, it's teaching from your culture. Is this really what's going to help you to move forward in your life, Scorpio? If you want to make progress, and the foundation of who and what you are must change. So, man, I'm sweating. Where's my fan? um, Let me see here. What else do I want to say to Scorpio? Scorpio, you just came out of just a really hard eclipse time. Oh my gosh. So I think that this is a full moon that you can use to kind of take stock because the foundation of your life has already been shook. You've been shooketh. um, and so this will kind of help you to take stock and figure out what's the best path forward. And whatever you decide, it will be so. You are gonna make some amazing changes if you work with this full moon. Okay. Let me see. What else do I want to say? And I think that it's kind of like it's like other people will kind of help you to kind of get that push that you need to get unstuck. It'll come from other people. So kind of see if anyone kind of like irritates you, see it as a blessing. See it as a blessing and not a curse. Like, oh, they just messing with me again. Because we Tauruses kind of feel like people come for us. Okay. Next is yes, CV. Double Cancerian Libra rising fun times. Mm-mm-mm. All right, good, good, good. All right, next is Sagittarius. Woo, Sagittarius. Y'all see how that got me sweating? I was like, oh my gosh. Woo. I really do think that Scorpio, also, let me just say this Scorpio, you really need to take care of yourself, okay? Do some emotional healing or just love on yourself a little bit more. Scorpios can be kind of hard on themselves. Okay, next is Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, this is happening in your third house. Now, this is a house that does the most. Even though Sagittarius is big energy, Sagittarius is kind of like go big or go home. We ain't got time for nothing little, okay? It's a very expansive, it's a very expansive sign. So you're here for this. You're here for this. So this is third house, has to do with the mind, it has to do with communication, it has to do with writing, social media, business. And so progress in any of those areas. Remember, this is a very intelligent sign, is what makes Sagittarius intelligent. And so, anything that has to do with your intellect, you could really take to the next level with this full moon. Or the full moon may be showing you the way to take it to the next level. Like you might get some ingenious ideas with this moon. Okay. And downloads. That's another word for Aquarius. It also has to do with your day-to-day routines, your neighborhood. It can also have to do with the people in your day-to-day life. Revelations about that. Maybe you've been working on something and you'll finally see it kind of come through. It might be that you've been working on a class and learning something, or maybe you want to teach something. You have these skills, you want to teach it, and now the class is set up, or you get an idea about what the class can be. This is a really nice place. When we talk about the third house, even the sign of Gemini is the house that has to do with self made wealth. And it's because when you have skills, you can make money. All right. So if it's something about making money, which we got a lot of Taurus energy in this moon can help you to figure out how to make money using your skills. And, sometimes we have skills that are so good, we don't value them because society doesn't value them. But value your skills, Sagittarius, and go make some money using those skills. Okay. But it could bring up something around siblings and friends, neighbors. It could be something culminates, like it's been brewing, it's been boiling, and now it's gonna really just something is gonna really be shining forth around this. Could be the full moon, could be 4 to 15 days out or longer. But I do think this is gonna really make you look at your mind, your mindset, and see, do you have the mind and mindset of progress? Or are you too focused on the lack and limitation, Sagittarius, which, you know, Sagittarius is pretty optimistic, but maybe, it's a rough time. Remember, we're dealing with connecting with our shadow selves with this moon too, getting a breakthrough around that. So that might be helpful for the Sagittarius out there. Next is Capricorn. So for Capricorn, I tell you what, Capricorn likes to make money. So this could be a moon where Capricorn is like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I got some money, honey. It could definitely bring money to Capricorn. Um, it could bring maybe like some alternative ways of making money because um, Aquarius is like you're making money in a way that's not typical. So it could bring something like that, or maybe you're making money online also, Capricorn. It has to do with self-care. So I do think it's going to bring up topics around taking care of yourself and valuing yourself. And I have to look at my notes just to make sure I stay with this moon. Um I don't know. I think also it could bring a physical manifestation. That you're one of the ones that I think you will definitely see a physical manifestation of something, or it could make you start feeling kind of like some kind of way about your stuff, the your material possessions that you own. I just think that this could be a full moon that can really help you start using your gifts and your talents to make money. But it'll kind of feel like you're pushed to do that, Capricorn. Okay. Capricorn actually will take some risk, but it's like calculated. So it might be like you're going to take a calculated risk on something, but you're not moving fast enough. And so something's going to really push you to go on ahead and do that. Yeah. Okay. I hope that makes sense, Capricorn. Leo rising Capricorn moon. Wow. It's still true. Cancerian sun. That's fine. Now you have the Leo stuff too. This is pivotal for you, Shannon. And then Capricorn. You got a lot of energy of healing in this moon for you. Okay, and to the sign of the hour, we have Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, this might be a moon where you put something into operation back in February, and especially if you are an Aquarius birthday, Aquarius sun. And now it is manifesting for you, right? But it's definitely a moon where, it's been hard on the Aquariuses. It's been a really rough time because Aquarius had Saturn in your sign, and then you also had the eclipses in Scorpio and Taurus. It was giving Aquarius a run for the money. Okay. So I think that Aquarius might kind of feel like you're on the other side And you're the type of sign that can like automatically you could make this great leap, and you are it's kind of like no progress was being made, and then all of a sudden all kinds of progress. You might even kind of feel like you get promoted faster than you expected it to happen, or a little bit before your time, or it's like, yeah, it's time, it's about time that I got this promotion, or something just boom, all of a sudden manifests, and it seemed like you had been working on it forever. So I just think it's a full moon where you're kind of like, okay, I see the new direction that my life is headed in, and you get to embrace that. I do think that it could be something around the body, your health and well-being. And so definitely you're one of the ones that needs to be taking care of yourself. The full moon will be bringing up topics around that for you. But yeah, Aquarius, I think that maybe you've been working on a health goal and you'll see it has manifested, or maybe it's the way you look, it's your appearance or something like that. You're welcome. Um, so yes, that's what I have for Aquarius. New beginnings, you could see a new beginning for sure, Aquarius. And last but not least, I have Pisces. So for Pisces, this is happening in your 12th house. And what I want you to do is, this is another one that's a little bit challenging. It's very internal. It could kind of have you, Pisces, like thinking about doing a lot of inner work, like really looking at what's deep inside that's been hidden. And, Saturn is in your sign right now. And so Saturn is kind of like, we're getting ready to get this together, Pisces. You no longer can show up in the world the way that you've been showing up in the world. And so, um, yeah, it will be asking you to get it together. That's what Saturn is asking you. So I just think that this moon is going to kind of give you some insight on how you can really begin to pull yourself together. I love Pisces so much, but Pisces, we can be so scattered. I even said to myself, I just can't stand the notion of Pisces, which is, my sun sign, 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. Or, sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, 4 steps back. Because it has to do with undoing yourself. And so this moon is an opportunity to help you to stop self-undoing, and so it can help you to kind of see what is it that you need to do in order to make that happen. I think what will be very helpful to you, Pisces, is maybe some mindfulness, working on your mindset. I think also kind of studying things that are um wisdom text also. But you'll want them in short little chunks. You may not want to be like, maybe you wanna just take a real quick class on something, a workshop, something really quick, concise, that can help you, begin to move more into whatever it is that you say you're gonna do. You have the wherewithal on the inside. You're a shapeshifter. You can shape shift it and become whatever it is that you need to make that happen. It's healing, it's working on focusing on the ancestors. It's a moon that could also bring about a lot of creativity, or maybe you're gonna see you're gonna have something manifest as a result of your creative energy. It could be art, it could just be your inner creatrix has created something. It also could be a moon where you don't feel like you're getting a lot of sleep. I'm already there. Oh my gosh. Um And Pisces, hold on, let me just see something for Pisces real quick. Um, yeah, I think it could just bring up a lot of topics around self-care, work-life balance, that kind of thing. I know sometimes we Pisces are kind of looked at as like not reliable, but some of us are workaholics. And some of us need work life balance. And some Pisces don't work enough. And so, you need to be working more and not just be laying around and zoned out all the time, right? Of course, if possible. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to pull from the Oracle deck. Let me take a sip and thank you for being here this evening. Um, I'm not going to hold y'all much longer. Okay, this is my Mythical Goddess Tarot deck. I hope I turned the music off. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, I want to pull from Mythical Goddess Tarot deck. One, two. Ooh, okay. Three. Wow. Okay. So the first one that I pulled is called Uzumi. Uzumi. And this is so perfect for this full moon because this is the wild woman. This is the woman who is free. So I just encourage you all to allow this moon to open up or work with your inner wild woman. Where do you need to be more wild? I know we're looking for a breakthrough and to be um to be more free. So where is it that you can be more free in your life and get a breakthrough? So yeah, be the wild woman. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, today is a little bit of a hard day. I don't know exactly what's going on with me. I am so tired. Okay. So the next one is Jupiter in Leo. So this one I thought was interesting because it's about forgiveness. And you remember I talked about one path to manifesting is forgiveness. Okay. So this is something that we want to be working with in this full moon. Can we forgive? Who do we need to forgive? And this also says, who are you withholding love from? Are you withholding love from yourself? Are you withholding love from others? And also, it's about letting your ego and judgments of others go. You know, again, this is a moon that has to do with liberation. Can we be the wild woman without forgiveness? Typically, no. Because if we are not forgiving, we're in prison in some kind of way. We're not free. So I would say take some time during this full moon to figure out who you need to forgive. Okay. Could be someone else, could be you. Okay. And I just think that that energy of detachment is just, I don't know. It's just something about that I love. Okay. And then this one is Mary Magdalene. Oh, Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene. Okay. So I think that this is saying that this because she stands for initiation. I think this moon is going to initiate us. What is initiation? It's essentially this moon is going to allow us to go into the womb and then be rebirthed anew. Okay. So it's that death, birth, death, rebirth type of cycle. There's something about this moon where we will be rebirthed. We will become afresh and anew, and that's for all of us. Okay. And let me just tell you what this says. It says, Mary is here to remind you that you hold the sacred womb and doorway to life through your divine feminine essence. And her power to anoint through the rites of initiation are available to you as you remember the ancient wisdoms and teachings that live in your cellular memory. Wow. Let me see something, y'all. Yeah. So I think that this moon can really bring up for us something ancient and like it's like this download maybe that we're going to get. And it's going to help to awaken us. Because I want y'all to remember Aquarius is definitely this energy of enlightenment. And, it's like, yeah, liberation from anything that's like holding us back. Because that's why it's all about progress. And so, yeah, I think that it's just naturally it'll feel like a download, but it's actually like moving from the in us to out because it's already here. And it says, let's see here. You want to connect with your inner high priestess, is how I'm going to say it. You want to connect with your inner high priestess. And it's like some initiation is going to happen. Life initiation, I think, is what it's going to be. Some people might actually be involved in an initiation. And so it could be some people are finishing up their initiation, or it could just be life initiates you in some kind of way and you have a fresh new start after this full moon. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. So, um, yeah, I just think on the other side of this full moon, we can be freer, more open, more clear. Um, it's like offloading something. You just feel lighter. All right. So, and all of this is going to lead to progress, manifestation, adventure, all that kind of good stuff. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you all. I hope that y'all have an auspicious full moon. The next new moon is going to be on August the 15th. And so I'll put that together and hopefully y'all will join me in the new moon. It's different, very different from what I do here. I don't do here what we do here in the new moon. It's a retreat. So I make sure that I love on y'all and just bring a nice, relaxing experience for you um, in that experience, the new moon retreat. So, all right, thank y'all so much. Love y'all. Appreciate you all. If you don't mind, will you please like my video? And is there somebody who you think would benefit from listening to what is this full moon all about, and how can you use it in your own life in a practical way? If you don't mind, will you please share that with others. And, thank you to all who were here live. And thank you to all. You're welcome. Thank you to all who will watch the replay. I'm wishing y'all a wonderful rest of the weekend. Thank you, Ia. I appreciate you so, so much. I appreciate all of y'all so, so much. All right, Queen. Love y'all.